In a complex and interconnected reality like the one we live in today, everything seems to be accelerating. We no longer feel a sense of time or place, and may have lost the ability to grasp our dreams and ambitions because of the technology surrounding us from all sides. There is no one who hasn't asked himself the daily question, what did I really accomplish today? This is how we see ourselves struggling in a world of chaos, waiting for our dreams to come true without feeling like they ever will. This is where the book Make Time points to the importance of time and explains how we can reduce this insane speed we live in, and how we can invest time and make it work for us, and find enough time during our daily journey for the things we care about. Make Time by Knapp and Zeratsky. All people have become a victim of their smartphones. They play, mourn, and spend virtual enjoyable times, swimming in spaces that have nothing to do with reality, without feeling that they are victims of digital slavery that has taken over all of our humanity. The contemporary human is not a productive human because production here does not mean that we do the most important things we want to do, but only that we respond to the priorities of other people faster. When we are constantly and satisfactorily connected to our phones, it expresses our addiction to them, and we do not spend longer times with our children, and we postpone many things that we were supposed to achieve. Therefore, phones are not innocent things at all, and that is why when the author removed Facebook, Twitter, and WhatsApp applications from his phone, he felt that there were burdens that he had completely lifted from himself. Some may think that by removing these applications, one might feel lonely, sad, and detached from reality, while in fact, when the phone is free from these distractions, life becomes clearer, and it takes on a different color, because then the human returns to their reality in nature, away from the deadly artificiality and virtuality. Bit to remember, phone applications make people feel lonely without them, so it is necessary to delete them. When the phone is free from all distractions, our lives turn from distraction to focus, meaning that we automatically shift to the Make Time system. We then have enough ability to control time, invest it, and utilize it to the fullest. In this way, a person can create a fitness program that restores his lost health and engages in types of meditation and thinking. This means that distractions prevent us from learning a system that individuals can adapt to their needs and desires. Perhaps the first thing the two authors learned during their experiments on people with the same inclinations and time obsession is that there is something magical that happens when you start the day with a high-priority goal. This central state creates a sense of clarity and motivation, meaning that when you have one achievable goal, you feel that you have fulfilled your duty and task at the end of the day. There is also a sense of accomplishment that arises in people when they do not use these devices. Because these devices are not innocent, they steal people's energy to focus and think and keep them busy all the time without knowing why or with what. The Make Time system aims to make the most of our time in a world where the concept of time is no longer valuable. Therefore, the experiments conducted by the authors were primarily aimed at restoring the importance of this central concept in human life. Thus, this system was developed based on 4 fundamental steps that help individuals create time and fill their lives with what achieves their humanity. These steps are as follows. Step 1, choose an important goal in your life and give it priority in your day. Work hard to achieve it using possible means. Step 2, thinking is an important component of the Make Time system, as without it, a person cannot determine his priorities or know his direction. Step 3, total focus can be achieved through simple steps, such as logging out of social media applications or setting a time to check email. Step 4, renewing energy. This can only be achieved through more focus and avoiding distractions caused by excessive priorities and virtual life. Bit to remember, experiencing freeing the phone from distractions gives you many benefits. The most important one is the Make Time system, and creating time and making use of this time starts by following a set of practical steps. There is an old perception that links achievement to the number of things accomplished, a quantitative perspective that measures success based on the number of tasks completed. However, the authors do not agree with this perspective, as doing more does not necessarily help a person find time for important things. Instead, the endless pursuit of completing more tasks only leads to more confusion, chaos, and lack of clarity. This noise created by the sheer volume of tasks must be limited if a person wants to invest his time more effectively. To overcome this, one must focus on simple yet satisfying activities. Some believe that focusing on the activities that lie between goals and tasks is the key to slowing down daily life, making it more effective, mature, and productive. However, upon reflection, we find that long-term goals make us unable to enjoy our present moments, and tasks are necessary to accomplish things, but without a central point, it passes as a blur way without remembering it. Choosing a goal is undoubtedly an essential step towards achieving success, as every success ultimately comes from a well-chosen goal. However, despite its seeming simplicity, it can be challenging to achieve, especially in a reality where everything seems like an achievable goal, creating an unlimited state of confusion. The first step a person can take is to write down his ultimate goal, in any way and by any means possible. There are many reasons to repeat the goal. Repeat the goal continuously until it settles in your subconscious mind. Repeat the goal to gain momentum. Repeat the goal until it becomes a habit. Repeat the goal to continue enjoying happy times. It is not enough for a person to simply set his goal, he must also set a deadline for achieving it. The process may seem theoretically easy, but upon reflection, one finds himself surrounded by a set of constraints associated with setting a deadline for achieving their goals. The book suggests an important schedule for setting a deadline for writing down the goal. Think about the time you need to execute your goal. Think about the date you need to complete your task. Put your goal on the schedule. The purpose of setting this schedule is to force you to reduce the trade-offs you make when deciding how to spend your time. Setting a deadline also reserves time in advance for the goal you want to achieve. This is where the importance of a deadline lies, as starting the day with an empty schedule creates a sense of confusion and chaos that increases anxiety towards time and timing. Bit to remember, accomplishing a lot of tasks does not necessarily mean investing time more effectively, and making successful choices for goals and setting deadlines increases the chances of achieving them. If you want to take control of your phone and permanently get rid of the tight grip it has on you, the first step is to delete all infinite apps and inputs from our phones. It may seem very difficult for those who are addicted to this type of apps, but it only takes one button to erase the memory and screen from all these distractions and disruptions. The experience of a phone free from distractions is a valuable one that each of us should try and explore because it is worth going through, especially if we know that we will enjoy our time more and be more effective and productive than before. What apps do, despite the benefits and positives they may provide, is that they do not make us feel the value of time, especially if a person becomes addicted to them and misunderstands and misuses them. The goal is not to consume time but rather to invest and benefit from it as much as possible. Therefore, the experience of using a phone free from distractions is an important experience that gives us an opportunity to revisit our default settings. Also, our comfort in this life is dependent on getting rid of some of the habitual behaviors that we have accustomed ourselves to and that we have been walking according to as if it were a fate imposed on us. We must get rid of this empty cycle that our phones and all the inputs associated with them have put us in, and this does not require much from us except to maintain our calm and clarity as we enjoy our time away from infinite apps and inputs. If one wants to get rid of this contemporary existential dilemma, he must enjoy the moment and not try to check his email or Twitter and Facebook. It is necessary to delay opening these things so as not to be prey to the distractions, tension, and psychological attraction of these disruptions. What inputs do to us is more than what many imagine. Despite the fact that many believe they are innocent things, they destroy our defenses, immunity, and plans. What is required of us is not isolation from this world and not communicating with its people, or weaving virtual relationships with cultures and peoples different from us. Rather, what is required is to take control of all these things so that we do not become worthless things in this voracious technological world. Bit to remember, the experience of a phone that is free from apps is a pioneering experience that rebuilds our relationship with time, and getting rid of infinite distractions is the beginning of the path towards better time investment.